episode of Goat King Riders Club. I'm here, as always, with my co-host, Nathan motherfucking Hull.
And I'm here with Mumbles, a.k.a.
It's not Mumbles, I have the thing in my thing. I feel like we're dressed like Hunter S. Thompson, but I look and sound more like the Penguin from Batman, you know? Yeah, give us your money, see? Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. As always, Sean, you're smashing it with your bloody impressions to start the day.
We smashed it with the costumes.
Yeah. Well, I thought we weren't going to dress it. You've ruined it straight away.
Oh, we haven't started yet, have we?
Yeah.
No, we are dressed like Hunter S. Thompson because this, I'm not sure if you guys know, we got a message today on Facebook from a guy that thought it was like a real, Satanist sort of thing. And it was like, no, it's a fun play on words from the people that used to sponsor us.
Yeah. The Goat King, King Goat. He thought we were getting a bit satanic.
Yeah, he even sent us
Slayer logo-ish.
He sent us the cheapest looking Jesus candle I've ever seen.
It was a piece of soap.
Well, it was
myself of
Jesus
sin.
soap would have to be the word. I'm not washing my hands with I've got filth on my hands. like most of the time, there we go.
Hecklers already.
That a real religious dog, is it, Brian? I don't know.
He's American.
I don't know if you can hear that, but like the dog downstairs is fucking going berserk.
I think he's just on our side. He's like, man, fuck that guy. You wash your body with the soap of Christ.
Yeah. And the Catholic Church is like, send us your videos.
That's a whole new podcast. Getting dirty with God and Sean.
Yeah. Well, it sucks. I wish he sent the message early in the week and then I could have written like a real nice religious story. But we're actually going to do something different. For
a change. We're going to change it.
For a change, you know.
6 weeks in, 6 changes, I think.
Yeah. Name changes, costume changes.
Soon enough we'll have a host change, I'm sure.
Well, we needed one last week.
We did need one last week, yeah. Oh, sorry.
All right.
So
Spielberg's telling us what to do over here.
You just got behind your mic again.
Oh, fuck. Well, I moved with my mic, B-Dog. Just, you know. Oh, you just want to be in shot. There's your 15 seconds of fame, Brian. Fucking hell.
If you wonder why the episodes are so long, it's because of shit like that. We've got to fucking juggle shit. Nah, maybe.
It's because we're so professional. It takes longer.
But we are doing something different this week to mix up our story because we put we put time.
Some time
we
into
put
our
some
stories.
Time into our 500-word stories. So this week, Hull doesn't know my story, and I don't know his story. I haven't seen his art. He hasn't seen mine. So we're going to start with my story.
As always.
Yeah. Because I love that feedback immediately. I've been sitting on this for 7 days. I'm just like, fucking tell me this is good. And you're going to try to guess what the story's about based on my picture.
I like this. It's like a big fucking board game. Generally, I'm terrible at board games, and I ruin them by being too drunk. But we'll go.
Should I tell you the name of my story?
No, fuck it. I'm going to guess the name as well.
Okay, I reckon you do all right guessing the name of my story.
Alrighty.
You take it.
Is it called Space Mobster?
Yeah.
So, just straight off, again, it's very fucking Conway art. Like, this is going to become a kind of art in years to come in museums. So, like, this was Conway's space era. It'd be worth fucking millions. Just by the name and looking at it, I'm assuming it's going to be about some kind of Space Mobster would be the obvious one, but maybe a bit deeper. Do you go deeper, Sean? Is it not just like mobsters in space? Like,
well, they're kind of both the right answer.
I see you got a decapitated spaceman here who's holding his own head.
Yeah.
So that's some.
It would be weird if I didn't address that in the story.
The craziest thing about this, is none of these people look like you. And that's really strange for you.
The fat one with no beard kind of looks like me without a beard.
Nah, it looks... Oh. I've never seen you wear a tie. It's ruining it for me.
Yeah.
So that is you. Fat guy tie.
It's the character in the story.
So he's the main character. So the main character.
Well, he's a story.
He's one of the
character.
Okay, so yeah.
But like, give us like, if you're going to write the blurb of this on the back of a book, how would you describe this story? In 99 words or less.
In 99 words or less, like there was a man whose time in
That's
prison.
not how blurbs start.
Well, can I do a movie? Fucking
Okay,
like
we'll
a
do
little
the movie trailer.
Hollywood trailer, like
Yeah,
because fuck a blurb. No one reads those things, man. So I got to restart this now. There was a man whose time in prison was interrupted by NASA, Hillary Clinton, and the space mobsters. They all said he was a pedophile. He was just an astronaut without a cause. So I'm going for that.
Well, let's find out what my story's about, all right? I'm going to put my dart down.
I'm just trying to stay cohesive with the things that you usually talk about. There's a lot of...
No, I
Clinton.
found that I went a bit too dark last week, so I tried to make this...
Oh,
one
we're
a bit
pulling it
silly.
back this week?
I pulled it back a little bit,
Oh,
just
okay.
for my own sanity.
Okay.
And for that religious freak that messaged us about Goki.
You pulled it back after you wrote the story just for him.
All right, you ready? You ready to find
always-
out what my story's about?
I'm having a sip. I'm ready.
Yeah. So, my story's called Space Mobsters.
Well,
Oh, Space Mobster. Space Mobster.
Space Mobster.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, Brian.
The plans to send people to Mars was a suicide mission, but a mission the planet needed for human survival. With a good conscience, NASA was not prepared to sacrifice an innocent person for this mission, but instead have a draft lottery of people serving 10 or more years in prison. 11:13 a.m. at Sing Sing Prison in upstate New York, guards walked into the cell of Joey Santori. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Joey was a notorious gangster for the Bucciarelli family, serving a life sentence for killing 3 rival gangsters, Big Papa, Little Papa, and Vinny, in New York's infamous Salami Wars. Joey Santori, or Joey No Nips, as he was called amongst his peers, after burning his nipples off in a campfire as a child, was being escorted to NASA unaware of his celebrity status as the first man headed to Mars. Arriving at NASA and led into the space capsule, "What the fuck is this shit?" he said out of the side of his mouth. He got no response. Instead, they strapped him into his seat and shot him in the neck with a sleeping serum. "Mr. Santori, are you awake?" The voice crackled from the dashboard. Joey slowly woke up, feeling like he was coming off a 2-week bender. "We hope you're feeling comfortable in your new surroundings, Mr. Santori. We have spaghetti and ragu waiting for you in the commissary." Joey walked over to the kitchen cupboard and saw cans of spaghetti and ragu as far as the eye could see. Disgusted, he grabbed the first can he saw and walked to the table to consume his meal. "How's the ragu?" a voice said from across the table. Joey looked up and was terrified at what he saw. Big Papa, Little Papa, and Vinny's ghostly figures sitting across from him, still bleeding from the gunshot wounds that Joey inflicted, and Vinny holding his head that Joey dismembered. "Can I have some of that ragu?" said Vinny's decapitated head. Joey slid the can over to Vinny, whose body grabbed the can but dropped his head to the floor. "You dumb motherfucker," Vinny said to his embarrassed body. "Let's get down to business," Big Papa intersects. "What are you doing?" Joey responded with a hint of terror still in his voice. "We're Space Ghost. We have first dibs on the outer realms," Little Papa said in a comedic ghost voice. Well, he didn't, but... "We're Space Ghost and have first dibs on the outer realms," Little Papa said in a comedic ghost voice. "How do I even know this is real and you're not just a figment of my imagination?" Joey responded, before being hit in the face by Vinny's separated head that bounced to the other side of the kitchen. Feel real now, you fanook," Vinny's head said. "This is our territory. So what you're going to do is you're going to blow up this spaceship," Big Papa said in a stern voice. "And what if I fucking don't?" Joey responded. Infuriated, Big Papa stood over Joey and screamed, "Well, we will do some creepy ghost shit so you have nightmares for weeks," before proceeding to do creepy ghost things that terrified Joey. Joey reluctantly agreed to blow up the spaceship. Joey began planning on how he was going to blow up the spaceship. He looked all over the ship, Joey was planning how he was going to blow up the spaceship. He looked all over the ship before stumbling across a nuclear bomb that NASA maintenance accidentally left on board. Joey put the nuclear bomb on the table and tried to figure out how to activate it. After a number of hours with no success, he took off his shoe and began whacking the bomb, which to his surprise worked. The bomb began to count down from 5 minutes. Joey sat at the cockpit of the spaceship and made NASA aware of his decision to blow up the spaceship. NASA wasn't impressed, but respected his decision. Joey No Nips heated up a can of spaghetti and waited for the bomb to go off. Kaboom! Joey Santori was no more, but his spirit went on to become one of the galaxy's most notorious space ghosts. He loved everything about being a space ghost because it allowed him to be a gangster for eternity. But not only that, as a ghost, he got his nipples back and garnered the new nickname Joey Regular Nipples Santori. The end.
I'm gonna choke.
So you were somewhat on board with the pain.
I was kind of close. Number one, NASA's pretty racist.
What?
Like, well, you're Italian, have some ragu. Like, is that...
Well, ragu is one of the Italians' greatest exports, isn't it?
It is, but if I was going to be shot into space, I'd be like...
So of course NASA's
you're
racist.
looking disappointed over there, Brian.
NASA was started by Nazis. Like, calling them racist is like... Yeah.
Oh, we need
What do you think all the
get rid of the Z9, put
Why do you think all the rockets are white, people? Huh? Answer me that. Why are all the rockets white? Yeah.
Fucking Nazi spacemen.
Yeah. Nazi Space Force, man.
That's a next week's story.
That should be the 99-word challenge for next week.
Getting back to your story, and apart from the fact Nazi NASA are fucking racist,
Yeah.
I liked it. There's a bit of comedy. It's going to play well against mine, which is not funny at all.
Well, I went slow and I was trying to build up this atmosphere and then realised I was at like 300 words where we had to cap it at 500. And it was like, where does he find the nuclear bomb? Well, obviously, NASA maintenance left it behind.
Yeah, there's a lot of... If anyone's ever goes, man, a lot of these stories just wrap up very conveniently. They do. We have a very small amount of time. You have short attention spans. It's all your fault.
And I have no idea where No Nips came from. I don't know what I was watching on TV where it was like, that would be... Oh, I think... No, I've been watching a lot of Sopranos, which is probably what inspired the story. And they had Fat Pussy.
Yeah.
So I think No Nips would probably fit in nicely.
Fit in nicely with Fat Pussy.
As
No
one
Nips
of the cousins.
I like your little, you got the Fanuca. I was like, that's Sopranos
Fanuc,
straight away.
yeah.
So straight away, been watching Sopranos.
Well, I've got a lot of Italians in my family as well, so it's like, it's not racist for me. Oh, NASA's racist.
NASA are racist. You're not a racist. NASA are clearly racist. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. With your right rockets and...
White rockets and...
I think
they blew up the Columbia space shuttle because they're like, a bit ethnic.
Oh, yeah, she was... that school teacher was a bit too far on the left for our liking.
So, fuck you, NASA.
Jesus, what? We had the Columbine shooting last week and we got the Columbia space shuttle. Tune in next week for stories about 9/11 and more American tragedies.
This is the new American history podcast.
My dad watches this.
Oh, does he?
Shout out to B-Dog's dad. Americans are all right, just some of them.
Well, hopefully, don't get offended by this. We're not insinuating that you're behind 9/11.
Or that you work for NASA. I think that worked. By the way, as a change for the show, I'm just going to chuck it out.
Well,
there now. I haven't seen it, but it fucking worked. So.
I honestly did not think, based on my story, we would be going down a racist chat path.
It doesn't take long on this show.
I feel like I've been cancelled. The amount of racist shit that's been.
But you weren't racist.
No, well, I wrote the story.
Yeah, but you don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
No? Unless they're, preaching Mein Kampf on a corner, and then you probably shoot the messenger.
I also can't say it in an Italian accent either.
No, for someone who's got Italian blood or Italians in your family, you're pretty bad.
Oh, well, when I'm trying not to make it sound Italian, it sounds more Italian. Fanooks.
Brian is looking very disappointed in the corner, hey. Like, I wish we just need a camera shot on B-Dog.
Also, do we know what Fanuc is?
I think
because I know, for one, I didn't spell it right.
I think it's a slur of faggot, I think.
Oh, really?
Like, as faggot's already a slur. I don't know if I can say that. But I think that's what it means is...
Well, if you look it up, Brian, don't look up the way that I spelt it.
I think that's right. You know, so it's a slur for gay people that Italians usually from New Jersey, I'm going to assume, say. Hey.
Well, I just said Finook because it was the easiest one to spell in my book that I could read, knowing what it would say.
But yeah, I think that's what it means. I think it's a horrible slur that fucking NASA would use.
It's listed as Italian profanity.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I think so.
A derogatory term for homosexual or
go.
gay, i.e., I'm starting to think that Vito is a cocksucking fanook.
From The Sopranos. There you go. Yeah, so... So your characters were racist and homophobic, Sean.
I think I got to make a PR announcement after this episode. I think this is a good time to stop before we dig ourselves into a bigger hole.
Let's cancel Sean's story right now. So.
Brian might have to put a little beep.
Yeah,
a beep.
Yeah. A beep. Can maybe just you disappear down a Mario Pipe?
Yeah, Sean's terrible Italian accent has a lot of beeps in it. And then the beep, 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 beep.
So, alrighty, moving right along. Sean, let's find my drawing.
Yeah, let's see how fucking racist your story is, huh? Another creepy face.
Do you want to have a little look, B-Dog, before Sean gets going?
Well, it kind of looks like a scene from Psycho. But that's also a decapitated head. With a Bitcoin logo on his face.
I didn't mean to do that, but fuck yeah.
Well, this scene kind of has a very... I'm going to say that it's kind of like Frankenstein inspired. Frankenstein meets Psycho. That's kind of...
Do you want to have a guess of the name?
I think you sent me the name.
Oh, you've seen the name?
No, you tell me that.
The name is simply Jerry.
Oh, what was... Oh.
Just Jerry.
What was the other message you sent me about a tuck shop? That was someone else.
That was my other semi-illiterate, sweaty friend.
It's the dyslexia just mumbles up all my emails together.
Dyslexia mumbles up my friends. You're all the fuckers. You all look the same to me.
So Jerry,
you know where you are right now, sure. So anyway, yeah. So that's the drawing for Jerry.
Yeah.
And
Has Jerry got long hair?
Oh, I just like to make shit.
Got a bit of it. Is that Jerry?
That's just Jerry. There, they're both Jerry. To be honest with you,
with killing Jerry, that could be a weird Inception sort of story. I wonder how you're going to get that done in 500 words.
I'll find a way. Right. But anyway, yeah. So that's fucking. I was feeling dark this week. Hey, so sometimes I forget that this is supposed to be light and slightly comedic at times.
This position feels very romantic. Tell me a story in a real romantic voice.
So, because we're reading this off our phone. Most weeks, Sean prints these things before we get in. And then I get to read it off paper.
Yeah.
And he sprung it on me that I had to read off my phone today. So, fucking...
Turn it sideways.
My phone? Or the microphone? Why would that be easy for me to read, Brian? I can't see it now.
Shut up, Brian.
I'm going to take these off as well because I can't fucking
only
see.
Talk to us when we want more Italian homophobic slurs.
Isn't your job to put a stop to us saying those kind of things, Brian? Fucking terrible editor. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Jerry. I haven't read this since I wrote it, so we'll see how it goes.
You got this.
I'll just wait for you. You right there? It's a fucking intermission. Have a quick drink.
Yeah, I can listen to your story and consume delicious...
You don't even know who I am. I doubt that you can. So
this better have a tuck shop, and otherwise I'm going to be pissed.
Jerry was in the tuck shop. Jerry didn't fit in with the others. A lad of great vanity, he put all his social issues down to the small mole growing under his right eye. It's the only thing that he could see that set him apart from the pack, rendering him an outsider since early childhood. He wanted so badly to fit in with the cool kids, and secretly idolised Bernie McStrutton, the coolest of them all. Bernie had friends for days and was known to be kind, outgoing, intelligent, and wildly popular with everyone he met. The total opposite to how the others saw Jerry. All Jerry ever wanted was to be accepted. He thought maybe he could cover the mole with makeup and slowly work his way into the inner sanctum of coolness. He stuck with the plan for a fortnight, and although he hadn't made any real progress, in his deluded mind, he was becoming one of the cool kids. This was until he approached Alice Fitzgerald, and in the most earnest and romantic way he knew, asked her to the school dance. She fled without a word, a look of terror on her face as she ran down the winding school corridor. Rejected and hurt, Jerry walked towards his home. As he approached his front gate, he saw Bernie heading down the opposite side of the street. "Hey, Bernie," he yelled enthusiastically. "I need a hand moving a cabinet. Could you spare a second?" Bernie looked nervous, but his good nature forced him to reluctantly accept and help out the creepy school janitor. Once inside, Once inside, and without thought, Jerry cut Bernie's throat and skinned his corpse. Over the next several hours, he sat focused and sewed Bernie's pelt around his figure. He was now not one of the cool kids. He was the coolest of them all. Sorry, man, my phone's retarded. The next day, Jerry marched into the school gates, disguised as a now deceased Bernie.
Just thinking we might have to put a Fanuc sound clip there just to make it less offensive.
Okay.
He put the suit on.
The next day, Jerry marched into the school gates, disguised as the now deceased Bernie. "Hey, Bernie, where have you been? Your parents are worried about you," Alice said in a concerned tone. "Fuck 'em," Jerry replied before lurching towards Alice. "So, you're going to come to the dance with me, you uppity bitch?" Alice stepped back, shocked. "You sound exactly like that creepy janitor," she cried. "And your eyes, they don't look right. I'm not sure what's wrong with you, but I think we need some time apart." Alice ran off sobbing. Jerry took a seat inside. It wasn't the mole. It was his eyes that had been the problem all along, he thought to himself. He scoured the yard, looking for a kind pair of eyes to acquire, completely missing the point that it's not what's on the outside that counts, it's what's on your inside.
I like that, man. That had a very Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bill vibe to it.
I mean, it's not original, but...
No, it was pretty original.
The original part was me fucking up reading it about 3 times and blaming my phone.
I did like the way that you said, and then he just skins him alive, and then just puts him in there. Like it was just the most casual shit that he could do. Obviously, he's just skinned him alive.
I mean, he's a creepy janitor who wants to be one of the cool kids. I mean, he could be 45 for all we know. No wonder the girl ran away, when he asked her.
And he thought it was a Minga mole on his face.
Yeah, he put all his problems down to the small mole.
Yeah.
On his face. Not the fact that he's a fucking creep.
The real moral of the story is, if you're ugly, don't take it out on pretty people.
Or do. It could end really well for him. It doesn't actually go that far. Like, he could have got those eyes and be like, fucking President Trump by now. You don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good. I'm just trying to... So, what was the chick's name?
Alice Fitzgerald.
Alice and Bernie. Was
and Bernie McStrutton.
I know a lot of Bernies, man. No, I don't.
Well, Perth's not a place to talk about Bernies being popular. This is fucking...
Not in the neighbourhood I grew up in.
Not in Killige.
Yeah, Killige. I've never heard that term before, but if I ever have a clothing label, that's what it's going to be called. Killige.
Do you know the story of Bernie and Willigi?
Oh,
it's for another podcast. It's for a whole horror podcast. It's a horrible story, man. It's pretty much him and his wife raped and abducted and murdered a bunch of teenage girls not that long ago in Sean's neighbourhood.
Yeah, around the block. And I like how he said, it's for a different podcast, but here is every detail about that murder. I'm not going to tell you about it, but
quickly, here it is. I don't know. There might be some people out there not from Perth who watch this who are like, who the fuck is that Bernie guy?
Yeah, the Bernies.
The Bernies.
Yeah, it's not Bernie McKill. It's fucking...
No wonder Bernie Sanders never had a chance. Say, racist Colonel Sanders, mass murdering Bernie, put them together, politician.
No, well, Bernie should have won because he had, what's Jerry Seinfeld's co-creator?
Oh, fucking Larry David.
Larry David.
Yeah.
Like...
Perfect.
Yeah, they're like twin brothers, If they were cut down the middle, if they were like Siamese twins, Larry David would
be... If they were Siamese triplets, that's what you almost went with there.
No, I don't know what the words I'm looking at.
Siamese twins.
The Siamese twins are the ones that are stuck together, right?
They're born as, conjoined twins.
Conjoined twins.
Conjoined. I don't know if we can say Siamese twins anymore either.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. Siam's not a country anymore, is it? It's confusing.
Is that what it means?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that why it's so...
Yeah, we need a quick Google.
Can we say something?
Can you please Google how offensive we're being, Brian? That was creepy, man. You were typing verbally and staring at us.
I thought we'd be nice and charming, and it's like we've said some horrific shit on this podcast. Like, unbeknownst to... I didn't know Siamese twins was a slur.
I don't know if it is, but I feel like it is these days. So, can we have some music in this bit whilst we all wait and just watch the B-Dog to find?
Yeah, could you use the tune from The Aristocrats with the two Siamese cats? That's probably where... I do know that it's kind of racist when I think about it. We are Siamese.
Oh, that was Disney, wasn't it? That was Walt flying his NASA flag.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Walt Disney was a fucking astronaut.
Now that I've thought about it, I gave it 5 seconds of thought. Yeah, okay, I can see kind of.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Yeah, so I was right.
Yeah, conjoined twins.
Yeah, so
2 for the price of 1. Like, half price, but it's kind of.
Yeah.
1 1/5 for the price of 1. Yeah. But
I think that was a way better way of telling our stories, I reckon. What do you reckon?
Yeah,
I reckon we'll do that.
B-Dog, what do you reckon? We get a bit of input here. Yeah, thumbs up from B-Dog. There you go. We got the big Yankee thumbs up.
But you know how good our storytelling, you know how good it was me telling you my story and you telling me your story? I kind of want to do it again. You want to do it again?
Not
with Sean and Hells, no, random word, story challenge.
Damn, we're here already.
That's the tagline to the song. Damn, we're here already. Short and Hells, no, random word, story challenge.
This goes really fast when I'm not trying not to vomit and sweat for a whole time. It felt like we were here for like 6 hours last week, hey?
Yeah, so let's get into the story.
Fantastic.
So, your story, my story was Milkman on a Plane.
Yeah. How'd you go with that?
Well, you'll find out.
Yeah, but before
I thought after the Columbine High School, I thought I had to take it into a bit of a goofier territory. So enough. Mine's got a bit of a goofy feel that kind of made me not laugh, but is snicker a word to say that?
Yeah, snicker. You can snicker.
But that's like almost petty.
Snicker's evil, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Like when you stab someone in the back of the heel and they don't know it's you, you're like...
Yeah. I smiled.
Yeah.
I smiled at my little jokes in my story.
Byron's taking notes. Fucking B-Dog's taking notes here, going like, it's just fucking cancer.
Yeah,
I don't know what these guys.
It's just all the.
What reasons do I have not to work with them anymore?
It's a manifesto. He's right.
101 reasons to not work with Sean and Hull.
All right, I think you should. I think it's only fair you should go first. Okay, yours is Ninja in a Cinema.
Okay, so mine's Ninja in a Cinema, but there's a few references in this that unless you played a lot of Mortal Kombat, you're not going to get.
All right.
So
let me put in my dart.
Put your dart in.
Okay.
Okay, this is for the computer game notes, which I'm not. I just Wikipedia this shit. So, I got a Ninja in the Cinema, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I better explain that.
Yeah.
So, Scorpion had long retired from the realms of Mortal Kombat. He was now an average family man, taking his average family to an average cinema. His mind wandered back to his glory days. He missed them immensely. Suddenly, 2 rows away, a familiar blue suit caught his eye. His hands trembled. His chest tightened. Sub-Zero, he whispered to himself. He launched out of his seat, unleashing his kunai. Get over here, he yelled, pulling his victim close. But it wasn't Sub-Zero, just a man in a blue suit. Toasty, he yelled before sprinting, embarrassed from the cinema.
Oh, shit.
Couple of Mortal Kombat references. Yeah. It's a bit niche.
Yeah, I like that.
What do you do with fucking Ninja in the
I forgot about that. Oopsie.
Yeah, Toasty. He yells Toasty.
Oh.
Yeah. Wikipedia, I checked it because everything's true on Wikipedia, right?
You don't have a tissue by any chance? I got Coke nose like Hunter S. Thompson. I got proper Coke nose.
Well, last year I was suffering from the effects of last week from Ibogaine. And
Ibogaine?
Ibogaine, man. The root that Hunter S. Thompson's.
Oh,
yeah. What kind of man gets a runny nose? Jesus.
Someone with the giggles.
In the era of COVID, it's a dangerous thing to have, bro.
True. We're all feeling close. Hey, that's probably the most offensive thing we've said on this podcast so far.
You've been up all night on the... No, it's fucking COVID nose.
Oh, shit. So my story was milkman on a plane.
Yep.
Right? No Mortal Kombat references.
Boring.
But we'll see. It was Gary, the milkman's first plane trip. He saved up the extra money he made by pleasuring desperate housewives on his milk run. He was finally going to taste all the award-winning milk at Milwaukee Fest. But at 400,000 feet, at 40,000 feet, the terrorists took over the plane. These terrorists were also minotaurs, with big milky titted minotaurs. Let me start that again. I'll start from the top. It was Gary the milkman's first plane trip. He'd saved up the extra money he made by pleasuring desperate housewives on his milk run. He was finally going to taste all the award-winning milk at Milwaukee Fest. But at 40,000 feet, the terrorists took over the plane. These terrorists were also minotaurs, big milky-titted minotaurs who had plans to kill anyone in the milk industry. Gary knew there was only one solution: to kill all the minotaurs using Kung Mu. And so he did. And he also milked those big titties and won best milk in Milwaukee. Milwaukee Fest.
So, you might have to put this fucking story up somewhere for people to read. Oh shit! Have you ever milked a cow?
I don't know.
Don't know.
My grandparents used to run a farm, but whether they wanted me near those tits or not is another thing.
Big milky fucking Milwaukee.
Well, I wanted to paint a picture for the audience that what sort of titties these minotaurs had.
Because minotaurs are half
Yeah.
So are we talking like they had like milk udders, or were they just like men with big heaving bosom?
I think I was thinking the second.
Big.
Like they were just like, because
Like-
they got like 6 boobs, right?
Yeah, they're like, like minotaurs are usually big buff dudes,
Now,
like a cow, right?
In my head, it was kind of like they had like 2 boobs and then like the little Frankfurts.
Oh, they're fully loaded.
Frankfurt nips. A lot of nipple talk in this episode as well.
What about you, Brian? You ever milked a fucking minotaur? You're from Milwaukee, aren't you?
No, I'm not. But I've got nipples. Can you milk me?
I'll give it a go. I milked a dog once. So, true story.
Yeah, I have no doubt that it's a true story.
And, okay, ready? Dog milk is fucking horrible tasting. I'm just going to put it out there.
Oh, Jesus. Now I'm going to need like genuine Coke just to fucking build me up after that disgust.
Well, you know, we say some horrible shit on this, and you need to know who your co-host is.
Yeah, none of it honest. I reckon we check out some of the entries and then we'll check out what we got next.
We should probably move on pretty quickly.
Yeah, fuck it. And there's probably like dog milkers out there that's like, yeah, I know exactly what Hal's talking about, and he's right. It is disgusting.
To be fair, the dog was this way. Oh, sorry, B-Dog. To be fair, B-Dog, ooh, milky.
Oh, and it comes full
To
circle.
be fair, the dog had pups that wouldn't feed, and so it was getting really sore over milky dog nipples, and it needed to be
So
done.
you took advantage of a sick-sore dog?
No, I helped the dog out, and then I was like, well, I'm not doing this for free. So I had a little sip. So, you know?
Let's check out the entries for this week's episode of the 99 word challenge for Milkman on a Plane and
Whatever the fuck I said.
Ninja in the Cinema. All right, who we got off first? If he talks about dog nipples, I'm fucking leaving.
It's a niche market.
Actually, well, Brian's getting that. We'll read the ones that got sent in,
Yeah, I'll read them off your phone. You read off your phone.
Yeah.
They're probably like, don't let the fucking dog milker read my story. I don't want to be associated with this.
So, fucking hell.
It's a good deed.
Now I feel sick.
No
the same
good
way
deed goes unpunished is all I'm realizing here.
Now I know how you felt last week. I feel like I'm going to throw up after hearing that story, man.
Well, you fucking drink cow's milk.
Yeah, but after it's shut up. So this one is from Laura Hutt. She's a local comedian. No name. Oh, unless the name is, am I too late to submit a milkman on a plane story? Question mark. The milkman had known this day would come. Sooner or later, he sat on the airport chair nervously tapping his feet. Finally, his plane starts to board and he starts to relax when he is above the clouds. He knew neither Celia's husband nor the child support agency would never catch up with him in Sicily. After 7 children with 7 different, but all very beautiful lady customers, it was time to find greener pastures. I should have read that. I put a lot of emphasis on words that didn't really need emphasis.
So for the 97th time in 6 episodes, if you want it to make sense,
I read all the words correctly.
you did.
Yeah.
But
Cop that.
yeah, cop that dyslexia.
Read your story properly. How you like them apples? All right, you read your story.
All right, well, can I use your phone? I'm unorganised, man.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Where is it?
Sitting here drinking about doggy dairy.
This one is from Jesse Jupiter.
JJ.
JJ.
Sorry if I fucked this up. Mike felt great being coaxed back into existence. Like bubble emerging in December from his cave, he booked tickets to Melbourne and felt the strangest sense of community upon boarding. He ordered a glass, poured himself and mate, Abed, a Bailey's from his nipple, and was high on his own supply just after takeoff. He didn't notice a woman eyeballing him or the 42 kids pouring Nesquiks from their nostrils. But as the plane nosedived, everyone tipped him upside down, shook him till mudslide poured from his ears into their mouths, and everyone died, smashed and a little uncomfortable. This made my favourite story so far. It just was fucking bizarre and
well, you used
good.
to work at a liquor store. She name dropped a lot of Bailey's,
Mudslide.
Mudslide,
Yeah.
Nesquiks.
But I don't know if we sold Nesquik at the liquor store.
No, but all these people should sponsor us.
They should. Also, more bottle shops just sell Nesquik. Like, sometimes, you know, you're a bit fucked up. You're like, I just wouldn't want a Nesquik.
Isn't that what Yoo-Hoo is? Yoo-Hoo's Nesquik, right? It's like water. It's fucking disgusting.
What the fuck's Yoo-Hoo?
Yeah, it's like an American thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not cultured enough to understand that.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
Nazis made it.
NASA. It's a fucking NASA's take on Nesquik, hey? Like,
What do we got up here? Oh, is this Michelle's artwork?
well, she literally drew a milkman on a plane.
Yeah, I like this because it looks like the draft of like a advertising agency from like the 50s.
It does. And then Brian's flicking back and forth here. Just, he's definitely milkman. He looks like he's up to no good as well, this guy. Look at him.
Winky wink, single
winky,
ladies,
winky,
desperate
hey.
housewives. I got that milk for ya. Oh, it's a milk. It's an actual milk plane.
Oh, wow. He's killing it. I like Michelle's drawing. So they're
Well, she's
something like real. I feel like I'm about to read a really warm child's book.
Yeah.
Like looking at this, and it makes me happy and forget about all the fucking horrible shit we've said in the last 45 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I don't. She's a good artist. I don't think she's good enough to make me forget about you milking a dog, but she's pretty good. And what's this one? The ninjas.
Yeah.
That came out. These are the one because they're kind of small with big heads. They kind of remind me of like samurai pizza cats.
Oh man, what a show!
Fuck yeah!
Now we're showing our age though. Hey, so let's go back to.
Well, fun fact from like a pop culture nerd is that when that show came from America, they didn't have the subtitles or any script for what the show was about, so they just winged it. And then they just watched the episode, guess what they would be talking about, and that's what the script ended up being.
No shit.
Yeah.
Man, we should fucking do an episode like that. Hey, we need some in-depth, like, other language shows, and we'll just fucking write scripts.
Foreign shows.
Other language. I
Other
prefer
language.
to say.
Oh, yeah, I think that's the politically correct term. But Michelle sent us a message on our Instagram saying that she used to work for or work with like a bunch of high-profile New Zealand and Australian tattoo artists. So I think if we can get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers, we'll let Michelle tattoo Goat King on both of us.
And Brian.
And
You're in Brian.
and Brian. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, you can if you want to see the sick shit that Brian's doing off camera, you can check out the live feed above his head. And now you should see the guilty look he has on his face for all the disgusting shit he's been doing.
Are we going to watch this fucking creepy motherfucker first, or?
No, we'll leave Cookie to the end. No, we love you, Cookie. You know that.
Cookie.
Yeah, no, we did get a weird one.
I reckon it's fucking Peter Pratt.
Oh, Peter Pat.
Peter Pat.
Yeah,
The religious freak.
You're the religious freak. Maybe. Well, this one kind of terrifies me because, like, up there with Ghost, like, hackers and stuff is what creeps me out. Yeah, let's play this one.
We need to get back to that, by the
also
way.
creeps me out, but it's also a really good story.
Yeah.
The story of the ninja in a cinema by Anonymous. Holy shit, we got a ninja in a cinema, which I heard is worse than an enema. As the ninja grew close, we knew what was to come. Our life was over, and the movie nearly done. The ninja gently reached out through my chest to my man. Retracting her arm, she had her beating hearts like ham. Locking eyes, I wanted to sing that we thought the same thing. Although this situation isn't ideal or even the best, not one of the three of us will ever go again to an Asian film fest. Thank you.
Fucking quick thought. That's your dad. He's clearly American. You said your dad watches the show. Oh, B-dog.
My
Do
dad
you
doesn't
honestly know who this dude is?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I know it came from the account Perth Poet.
Perth Poet, whoever you are, you creepy
And
motherfucker.
also, can you please not send in any like more anonymous ones like that? Like,
do it.
If you're good at production, we might be looking for a new producer. So we'd kind of like to know who you are, so we can get in touch with you. Because that fucking like. I mean, it creeps me out because anonymous. I like what they do. I respect everything that you guys do.
Don't fuck with our show.
But that whole
I'm just going to call it, fuck you, Anonymous. You're the same as NASA.
No, he doesn't mean that. He does not mean that.
I do.
But no, I like that. And with the second time I watched it, reminded me of that scene from Dumb and Dumber. You know, where he's having that daydream and he just... Well, any movie really where someone reaches into their heart and takes their heart. But remember that? He was just
Yeah. He made the penguin noise.
But I did like that.
Why did your acting career not take off? Is it because every time they're like,
all the good
look a bit flustered. Just
because I'm just doing a bad Burgess Meredith.
There's no such thing.
Yeah. J-Mac. We got another one from J-Mac. What's he talking about? Is he doing another Milkman?
I don't remember.
Okay.
This is your job, bro.
Yeah, I think it was actually.
Yeah.
Milkman on a plane.
Nailed it.
GT 1041 was a flight like any other until an angry traveller decided to defecate in all 4 toilets on board. The stench was horrific. Passengers screamed for their mask to drop, but their cries were ignored. The traveller paraded himself up and down the aisle, smearing shit on the back of empty headrests. He screamed at the captain, "This is your fucking fault. Look at my meal preference." The captain, an old hippie, realised the guy was lactose intolerant. He looked at the flight attendant. "Who the fuck gave him the milk, man?"
Hey, well, that's just one take on it. You know, fucking.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was ready to chew him out for being like, lactose intolerant. You know, you kind of you kind of had the milkman theme, but then he dropped the bomb at the end.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, well played, sir. Well played.
He brought it back around.
He did. He brought it back around. All right, who else? We got to stand through this.
Yeah, we sometimes take way too long.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking cookie.
We got one from Squirrely.
What about Squirrel Dog?
We'll put that in there. If we miss
Squirrel
Jules, we'll
Dog
put that
will
in extra.
chuck you in bonus content.
Yeah, we'll put.
This is our best mate cookie.
Yeah. When it comes to Squirrely or Cookie, well, we might put a feed out.
I don't want to split them, hey.
We might have to let the audience decide. We'll
Squirrel
have a
Dog or
poll.
cookie?
Do you want to do a fake reaction to Squirrely? I'll put it in.
Okay.
Nah. Just leave that in the show, though.
What's
Just
going
so
on?
Squirrely feels really good that we've got to fake it.
No, we'll fake react and we'll
Have
just...
you ever fake laughed at me, guys? Oh, I never would.
Really, Squirrely? You're wearing that shirt on my podcast? Wow. Ooh.
Can you make sure? Can you get a podcast of Squirrely and Cookie? Like just instead of us for a week. Just to be like, sorry guys, I'm full, I'm booked.
How about we not talk about other people's potential podcasts on our podcast, and we'll close out the show with our wonderful friend Cookie.
Short story, Ninja in a cinema. I've always been a sneaky bastard, so when the chance came to join Ninja School, I leapt at the opportunity. Stealthily, of course. First assignment was to sneak into the cinema and steal a chop bomb. Flavour, not important. Mask, check. Long fancy sword, check. Non-squeaky shoes, check. I slid along the wall towards the freezer and reached in where the prize chop bombs were. Centimetres from success, I was thwarted by a popcorn and coke combo thrown violently at my head by Gavin, the head usher. Not as sneaky as I thought I was.
Okay, wait. Can we fuck reading each other's stories to each other? Let's email them to Cookie and he has to read our stories. His voice is so soothing. It's just...
I like how he delivers punchlines with his eyes. He goes, "Oh, oh." Now, another great entry from the same Cookie.
Yeah, the same Cookie.
I was going to say another
Imagine
Cookie.
if it was another Cookie and we just didn't know.
Oh, maybe.
It could be.
Maybe
How
Cookie
many
is
cookies?
anonymous.
Well, no, it's definitely Brian's dad.
Because they had the same sort of... Because the anonymous story had the same sort of jokey sort of... the anonymous one was a bit Dr. Seussy, like rhymed. Every sentence went into the next sentence.
So you're trying to say Eminem
I'm
sent us
saying
in a
that...
story?
Well, it could be Banksy.
Could be Banksy.
I hope it's fucking Banksy.
Although Banksy would have been like, there was a rat kissing a policeman and...
Yeah, but then we'll
another
know
weird
that
shit.
it's Banksy instead of anonymous. He also said, what was the end of his name? He said, Nani.
Nanya. Nanya business, bro.
I was like, what does Nanya mean? I thought it might have been like some anonymous term. Then I looked it up and it just means none your business.
Yeah, talking the mic, B-Dog.
What are you talking about?
I looked up the song as well. It was it was titled on YouTube in a playlist that was called I think it was
Songs for
called
Anonymous?
Asian Jazz. So even the song was supposed to be something.
I'm just going to quickly
It's-
shout out and say it was my mate, Jean. I'm just going to... I know it wasn't, but Asian Jazz, Java John, I reckon it was my mate. I'm just going to go with that. If we're going Asian Jazz, he's the only person I know who would be... So you better be watching this episode, motherfucker, because shout outs. So.
Isn't jazz where they like it's not the... Or is that blues? It's the notes...
It's jazz or rock? I just don't know.
The notes that... It's not about the notes they're playing, it's about the notes they're not playing.
That's blues. I think jazz is all about the fucking million notes that they hit in random fucking... Yeah. So let's do this.
Yeah.
There you go. We're getting better at this. Hey, imagine if fucking how hard it has been in the past to open a jar and hand each other a piece of fucking paper.
Considering we didn't do this last week.
We
Brian, our producer, even brought us like a whiteboard.
you're panicking, Brian. You're making me panic.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we'll just hold up the episode, will we?
Well, let's just
Bloody unorganised.
Let's just get
We'll get ready.
ready.
What the fuck does that even say? I'm going to have to get you to read that to me,
Sure.
bro.
TV show host.
Oh, TV. Oh.
Or is it like two, like in
was like,
Spanish for you, yours?
Well, this just writes itself, man. This is gonna be hard not to fucking. I'm not even gonna go
Man,
there.
you should have got this one.
What do you got?
What'd you get?
I got a TV
TV
show host at a pool party.
I got a carny
Yep.
at a bush tuff.
Oh,
Fam, we literally should swap.
Ripper. No, we can't. It's
Because this is more like you and yours is more like me.
that is kind of like how I spent a lot of my life.
As a carny in the bush tuff.
Well, playing in gypsy punk bands in down south.
Well, I think that's a great way to end the show. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I hope you enjoyed our costumes. And more importantly, I hope you enjoyed the new name, Goat King Riders Club.
And remember, don't support NASA. They're fucking racist.
Or this is not about Jesus.
Yeah, and fucking ominous.
No, we love you, Anonymous. Please keep sending in your entries. If we don't post it, they're just going to hijack our channel and just put their content on it anyway.
Well,
We'll do it for you. Like, just let us.
Let's get out of here, Sean.
Yeah, let's get out of here. How are we going to get out of here tonight?
submarine.